story has been shared with the world, will one day be sharing in the world. As an educated woman, I expect that she will have the freedom to decide her own future and what she wants her contributions to her community to be. But mostly, I wish for her to realize what I did, that escaping her limiting circumstances is not where her story ends. Rather, it's where her story begins, where it can be a tool to inspire the world around her. This trip to India impacted me deeply, and I really didn't want to forget the feeling of empowerment that I had experienced. So I was compelled to take what I had learned about women and girls living in India and further explore that topic, but this time in Central America. Just this August, I traveled with the One campaign, which was started by Bono. I traveled with the One campaign to Honduras. I had convinced them to take their very first trip outside of Africa, and it was my first trip to the country that my parents were born and raised in. It was a huge moment in my life, one that I was nervous about, and I felt so many things while I was there. But mostly, I felt a sense of accomplishment, that I was embracing the things I cared about, and that I was becoming brave enough to ask others to join me. What I've learned about myself came from engaging and participating, and I urge you to do the same. I'll end by sharing this quote by George Bernard Shaw, which I reread often when I feel overwhelmed and tired and cynical and altogether sorry for myself. He wrote, "This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it what I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. For the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch, which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to the future generations." Thank you. As a character, a little more complex, yes. Yolanda was just kind of me at that age. I didn't really create a character. I just showed up and danced and said the lines they wanted me to say, and had an amazing time doing it. Carmen in The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants was a little further down my career, and yes, when I got the script for The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and it sat on my desk like months. My agent was like, "Have you read it?" I'm like, "That is the stupidest title ever." I'm not doing a movie called the whatever Magic Pants. I'm not doing it. So it took me a really long time to just get around to it. And when I finally read it, I found myself in the scene where Carmen is calling her father to talk to him about, not being there for her. I was just sobbing. And, that's my story. My dad left when I was 9 years old. I didn't have a relationship with him. And even before that scene, to me, what I related to reading that script was it was 4 girls who were friends who loved and supported each other and who were dealing with more than like prom and wearing the coolest jeans, And I was so excited to see a script and a story that was about friendship, girls being friends and dealing with real life issues. And the fact that Carmen's journey wasn't how do I get that boy to like me, but her journey was how do I come to terms with my relationship with my father. It was it was so close to home, and I absolutely related to Carmen. Then follow that, because that at the end of the day is what fulfills you. And I will say it right here, I could never just be an actress. It's not fulfilling enough for me. It fulfills one thing. It fulfills me creatively, and I could never not be an actress. But it's not enough. I need to feel like when there's something stirring in me that I feel like I care about that, when you move towards it and you take an action to get involved, it just fuels itself. All of a sudden, you can't not do it. You're like, when did I become this person? I don't know when I became this person. I just started doing stuff, and now this is who I am. So just follow that feeling of, commitment to what moves you.
Thanks, friend. You're a delight.
America, thank you so much again for being here with us. My question was, what career opportunities do you see in the entertainment industry that are needed other than being the talent, such as a singer or a dancer or an actress?
Absolutely. Well, there's a million jobs in the entertainment industry, but I think what we need, especially right now, from our next generation of people in the entertainment industry, is diverse stories. People always ask me, well, when are Latinos going to start, being represented better in the industry? When Latinos show up and start representing themselves better in the industry. Like, we need people writing stories. When are African Americans, when are Asian Americans going to, have stories that relate to them? When people in those communities take charge and tell those stories, we need you to write, we need you to produce, we need you to direct, we need you to and it's not about by Latinos, for Latinos, by African Americans, for African Americans. It's about, our unique perspectives that feel very specific but are universal.